place. Someone flicks me a bad body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a first one, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Yes, fight fans, it's main event time here at iBoxingHub. I'm Mr. Neutral and I'm your host tonight for main event. In fact, we're going to give you a double bubble. It's going to be Ennis and Avanesyan, of course, but also the co-main event, which will be coming up next after the last round of this fight between Pistol Pete Dobson and Jaleel Hackett. I can tell you right now that Jaleel Hackett has probably lost about 2 rounds in this fight as the bell goes. And they're very happy Jaleel Hackett is climbing the ropes in what will be an inevitable victory. This show is sponsored by our good sponsors and partners in crime here at iBoxingHub, D-Rock Apparel. Check the link in the web, in the description rather. Check the website out. And look, Johnny Nelson, Joseph Parker, and Twitter's own, my own mate, Jams Boxing Chat. There he is, looking good. And if you feel like buying anything and help yourself to a wee 40% discount if you put the code iBoxingHub24 into the promo code and enjoy. That being said, we move along. And yeah, I'll be dropping the StreamYard link. It's going to be a family affair. The iBoxingHub family, come along. Malik, I know you're waiting there. We'll put in the link now for you guys. Right in Yogi says hello to you too. Right in Yogi, DJ Pat is in the house. Hackett's the real deal, no doubt about it. It was a very solid performance against what you could call a well-seasoned boxer in Pistol Pete Dobson. He recently fought Conor Ben. Well, Conor Ben's last fight last year. And, you know, Conor Ben was victorious, but he made it difficult for him. This fight, Jaleel Hackett is absolutely putting a wee masterclass. So, yeah, it's not been a bad card so far. It's been taking a lot of criticism in the social media over the last 24 hours, 48 hours. However, it's been quite a very good card put on by DAZN over there. And another 10-round fight there that was quality written all over it. So we're looking forward to the co-main, which will be coming up next. And yes, the StreamYard link is there, guys. Come along, join the pie, join me. I've got all sorts of friends coming. Bear in mind, I've only got 9 spaces. So really, the first 9 to come through, the seats are yours. And for this watch along with me, Mr. Neutral. As we're just waiting now for the result of this fight, which should be inevitable. It's going to be David Diamante with the results coming any second now. But I can't tell you that Pistol Pete suffered a massive hematoma on the left-hand side of his forehead from an elbow from Jaleel Hackett. Totally accidental, but it surely affected the wee Pistol Pete. And I believe that was in round 3 or 4 earlier in the fight. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this co-main. When it's about to start, as Jaleel Hackett has raised his arms in anticipation of this impending victory. And yes, his arm is raised. So if you're joining in, welcome to the show. I'm Neutral, Mr. Neutral. And yes, one of my famous watch-alongs, and it's for David Avanesyan and the Jaron Boots Ennis, who has signed for Matchroom USA in Eddie Hunt, and is actually having his first fight under his new banner. So he'll be looking for an outstanding debut fight for Eddie Hunt to cement his 147 ambitions moving along. Now, just give a wee backstory to Boots' arrival at being a champion at 147. If we take ourselves back to January of 22, when the first rumblings of the Spence and Crawford fight happening, if you all remember that Boots was the WBO #1 contender. He wasn't the mandatory, but at that time, but he was the contender because the mandatory hadn't been announced. But instead, his father Bozy insisted that Jaron went along with David Cameron. Cameron Duncan's David Cameron. My God, Cameron Duncan, his promoter, decided to go the IBF route, knowing full well that after the Spence and Crawford fight, the IBF were going to strip the winner. Doesn't matter whether it was Terence Crawford or not. They were going to strip the winner. So he played the IBF waiting game because obviously Crawford was not going to fight another fight under the IBF banner with a £10 rehydration clause. So indeed it worked out so that he did drop that belt later on, and then Boots was elevated as being the interim champion. Boots was elevated to full champion. Now the fight that he, my bloody computer would work. Now the fight he become the interim champion was a very good fight against Roiman Villa, who's only been beaten once before, and he knocked him out in round 10, and it was a vicious knockout. It was very good, just what I expected of a guy who's hungry and wants to make a statement at 147. Ryan Yogi says he looks a bit dehydrated. My man Jams, I don't know if people, Jams Boxing Chat said exactly the same thing, right, in Yogi, that there was rumours and stories going around that Jaron was struggling to make the weight, and indeed was looking bony, if you like, totally dehydrated. So we don't know, but I'm pretty sure Boots looked that way against Roiman Villa and Karen Chukhadzhian, whatever his name was, in Washington. So for me, he looks no different, but I've got to say, right, in Yogi, that has been said before, so you're not the only one. Big up, right, in Yogi, by the way. Thanks for coming through to Mr. Neutral's Watch along with iBoxingHub and our partners D-Rock Apparel as we wait for this main event. And by the way, it's 3:30 in the morning. If you're expecting all kinds of excitement, well, for me, I hope that Jaron Ennis brings that out of me, because I'm very, very looking forward to this fight tonight for him, because he gets a lot of stick on Twitter for possibly not chasing Crawford enough, that kind of rubbish, and that's just not true. He's made a very, very bold statement by going to Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. So he's took some stick from that. People have accused him he's not going to get many good fights. I totally disagree, because I think Eddie can make a fight with any promoter in the US. There's no crossing sides of the street. All that that talk. So just looking up this main event card with David and Avanesyan, and I'll tell you why, because I've forgotten who the bloody main event is tonight. Can somebody let me know? Full card, there it is. And for goodness sake, here it is. Please excuse me and my tardiness with this cheap pop. Yeah, too late. Anyway, in the meantime, we are waiting for this co-main event for next up. Skye Nicolson has been. We've done that.
Big up, Mr. Neutral.
Big up, Jams. But Jams, who is this co-main event now coming up?
It's you know what? I ain't got a clue, mate. It's just
Yeah,
completely
see,
left
you're
my
as bad
brain.
as me here. We look very, very
It
stupid here,
left my
me and you.
brain. I thought you were going to say who's the main. I was waiting for that.
I know. I
I
don't
literally haven't even
believe
been paying
it.
attention to it, mate. I watched the Skye Nicolson fight, and I just watched a little Major Hackett.
Yeah. Oh, Jalil
But
was very good, wasn't he?
he was
Very
good, mate.
good.
Yeah, got a good decision. 97-93 on 2, 96-94 on the other. Good card. The right man won. So, yeah. That welt on Robson's head was pretty bad. I think
That's
it
a
was from the
bad
elbow. Got a
hematoma.
cheeky elbow, didn't he?
Yeah, very bad hematoma he suffered there,
Definitely,
Jams.
matey. Definitely.
I felt that.
Definitely.
I felt that actually changed the way that Pistol Pete would, approached the fight from round 4 onwards.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right,
No,
I've
I
really got to
agree, mate.
find
It
this
definitely changed
information
the
out
way he
now.
fought, Mr. Neutral. It changed the way he fought, for sure.
Well, I think we've missed the co-main because that was the co-main event.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I thought. Was
It's
that not the
David.
co-main?
It's the main event on next. Ah, dear, dear, dear. See, they do my head in DAZN. 1 minute they're doing
They're
ring walks at
terrible.
4 a.m., which I think they're gonna. If they wait half an hour for this, that's ridiculous. But that went the distance. The fight before went the distance. So I'm actually gutted. I never thought the Jaleel Hackett was actually co-main event, and actually having thought about it, remember Matt MVO did tell me. I just can't believe that. But anyway, we're gonna look forward to the main event now, Jams. David Avanesyan.
It's all good by me,
Uh,
brother.
Tell me what you know about David.
I know he's a good fighter, mate. He always comes to fight. He's never let me down. He's trained by Neil Marsh from the UK. Big up Neil, absolute legend of the game. He's only lost to some very good operators like Lamont Peterson. Remember him? He was a decent guy back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
He lost to Shane Mosley, Sugar Shane. So he's only lost to the best. He's beat the likes of Liam Taylor, Josh Kelly. You know, he's upset a
But
few apple carts over in the UK. He's a he's a
Jams,
he's a decent operator, mate. And
you
he's
need
gonna come
you
to
need to
fight.
tell me. You need to tell me about Serge and Bomo.
I tell you what, mate. I just don't. mm, I don't want to say it, but I just don't see how Avanesyan's going to get the better of Boots. Let's be truthful. I just
Yeah,
can't see it,
Ryan
mate.
Yogi says, big up Avanesyan for stepping in for Cody Crowley.
Big in Miss
Uh,
Yogi.
he's
Yeah,
got
top one she
he's
is.
got another shot at at a belt. So yeah, big up for David for taking that. We'd be mad not
The
to have
winner of
done.
this, mate, is going to fight Brian Norman Jr. for sure. They've got to. They have to. The
You
winner of
think?
this has to fight Brian Norman Jr. at 147, unless they move up in weight, of course.
That'd be that's quite a good fight actually, because Brian Norman Jr. is very well thought of.
It's nobody's mug,
Um,
mate. People are sleeping on this lad, Mr. Neutral. They're sleeping on this lad.
yeah. Well, I happen to believe that Jaron is going to be far too slick mobile for the 39-year-old David Avanesyan. Was he 39? Is he 38?
I think he's more like 35.
Oh, yeah,
35.
he's
I'm not, don't
35.
hold me to that, but about
Yeah,
35.
he's the 35. He lives in the UK now, in Nottinghamshire,
Yeah,
not
he's
too
trained
far
by
from
Neil
you.
Marsh.
That's right. Neil Marsh
Mr.
is his
Neil
agent
Marsh.
and trainer.
Legend.
Um, he fought Serjan Bomo in December of 23, a 6-rounder. Now that the alarm bells were going off for me here. Since Crawford in 2022 in October, he left it 14 months to get back in the ring, and he gets in the ring with a guy. Check this out. You're not going to believe this record, right? He gets in the ring with a guy who's a middleweight, right?
Well, 160.
Yeah. And he steps in the ring with a guy up at 154 who's got a record of 11 wins, 55 defeats,
No.
and 3 draws. But to be fair to him, Jams, he's only been knocked out 7 times. But David Avanesyan, I believe it was a cut that stopped, he's retired in round 4 or 6. So I'm looking at that as he's very inactive, Mr. Avanesyan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
He's
as
been
you well
inactive.
know, that's going to present a problem. And Ryan Yogi says, DJ Pat says, Boots will knock out Ava in 5 rounds. It's a big shout. Right. And Yogi says the consensus is that Boots will knock out Avanesyan mid-round. And just to highlight just what DJ Pat said there, big up DJ Pat in the house, big up Ryan Yogi. Thanks for coming through this watch along with us, me and James. By the way, the StreamYard links that is in the chat there if you want to
I've got to
come
say,
through.
Miss Yogi, please jump in the chat. I'd love to see your
And you can
face.
do the
Honestly,
watch along
she
with
speaks
us.
facts.
Be
She speaks
happy
facts,
to
Mr.
have you.
Neutral. Miss Yogi speaks facts, mate. Honestly, I've been in many a space with her. This girl speaks facts, and she writes books and poetry. She's a real one. She's a real one. If you want to drop in, Miss Yogi, please do so. I'm sure yours truly, or
Absolutely.
whoever's
Anybody is welcome.
in the booth tonight,
We got
Al
9
Heyman, will
seats
put it in.
available.
Yeah, she's an absolute legend of the boxing world, mate. Honestly, especially spaces and that, she kills it every time.
That's
Love
right.
to see a
That's
bit of Miss
right. Been
Yogi.
a couple of spaces very well run.
Yeah, definitely,
Very
matey,
well run.
definitely. Let's hope she
So,
drops by.
what's your prediction going into this fight, James, with Avanesyan and Boots Ennis? And take your time.
Yeah, I like this fight. It's a better fight than the Cody Crowley fight, in my opinion. I think that Avanesyan always comes to fight. He always brings it, matey. He always wants to come and fight, and he will not hold anything back. And that's what Boots needs at the moment. You know, you want to be the king at 147 or any other weight, you've got to have men who put it on you. And David Avanesyan is a man who will put it upon you. So he's going to come to fight. He's going to bring the fire to Jaron Boots Ennis. Of course, I think Boots Ennis is going to have enough to deal with it and win the fight. I'm not daft, you know what I mean? But he's going to come. He's going to make it interesting for as long as it lasts. But
Some will
unfortunately, I don't
say
think it lasts that long.
some will say that David was actually leading the fight until Bud Crawford knocked him out in round 6. So
Facts, mate. That's
well, I
facts.
totally agree with you. He's a typical Russian, born in Armenia,
Well, born in Russia,
born in
raised in
Russia, raised in
Armenia.
Armenia.
Yeah.
He's got that typical Eastern Europe grit and hardness, and I totally agree. He'll bring the fire, if not the talent that he'll need to actually deal with Jaron Boots Ennis. But right, and Yogi, much appreciated invite. But I'm watching DAZN and ESPN with friends right now. But of course, bring them all in. Alexander the Great Sankey, I'll come on screen in a few minutes. His right, sir.
Good man. Good man.
His
Love a
right.
bit of Alexander the Great.
The ring is ready. It's a decent crowd here in Omaha. Is it Omaha?
Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really busy, mate. It looks really full. Sean
I
Porter's
love
there on his best
Philadelphia.
whistle and flute.
Do
Sergio
you know
Mora
how many boxing gyms there are
in Philly or in the world?
in Philly?
There's got to be hundreds because of the Rocky movies. There's got to be hundreds.
Mate, I had a wee look today, just as a wee, a bit of info. Mate, it just kept scrolling and scrolling. I lost count of 30.
Yeah, that's what I expect, because obviously
Incredible amount
the home
of
of the Philly
boxing
Steps and the
gems.
Rocky Movers. It's going to be
My,
big.
I was only watching Rocky 2 there last night as well on
Oh, mate, I
on
still love them movies,
ITV4.
Neutral. I still love them. I still love them movies every time.
Mainly, I bawl like a bitch every time I watch. I go up, my son.
So,
You know,
Adrian!
Adrian, I did it. It gets me every time. I'm not
Same.
a wee but crying boy. Oh
Like I've
God, you
never seen
did
it
it,
before. That's
son.
how
You
I am,
did
Mr.
it.
Neutral. Every single time, bro. That's when you know it's good.
Uh,
It's when you know it's good. Look at that. They've got
that and
Jaron Boots
Yogi.
Ennis at number 1. We've got Emiantas, Stalionius at number 2. Barrios 3. Brian Norman 4. Cody Crowley 5. Shakor Giasov number 6. Connor Bennett 7. David Avanesyan at 8. You got Suleiman Sissoko at number 9. And then you got Giovanni Santilia at number 10. So that's the 10 147s in the eyes of the WBC.
Thank you, Jams.
No problem, matey.
As we're watching them both warm up before coming out there. Yeah, Avanesyan's doing some pad work. Boots looking good in his blue and white silk robe with I don't know how you is it tassels or
Yeah, he's got tassels and fluff. Definitely. He looks ready for
the
action, Mr.
Joey.
Neutral, doesn't he? He looks ready
Aye,
for
Ratty
action.
Yogi says the Joey Giardello statue isn't fully a
Okay. So it's the
native,
Rocky Balboa statue as well.
a
So they
great
stood there
native
like, all right, let's
of
have this.
Philadelphia. See, every time I watch
Thank you,
something,
Miss Yogi.
is it ever sunny in Philadelphia? I every time I see that city on the telly, it's absolutely pissing down with rain. So somebody let me know, does the sun ever come out in Philadelphia? I'm sure it does.
I think they get like
But
9 months of the year, Neutral, where it's actually raining. Same as Chicago. They call it the windy city. It's like 9 months of the year. It's actually
crazy
raining or
stuff.
really bad winds.
I've never known one country that can have so many weather variations.
Well, there's
You
9
know,
time zones in the US as well. Nine different time zones. You got Eastern
four
time, Central
thousand
time, and
miles
there's
wide.
7 others. Russia is the
Jeez.
only one that's got more. Russia's got 11. The US has got 9.
Canada as well. That's a massive. See, it's just land grabbers. They take, steal all that land and take it away from the
Well, they
rest of the
claim us
world.
as their 51st state, so we'll take that. Bless up to the US fans.
Yeah,
They claim us as their
the wee
51st state.
cousins though
When it comes
over
to the
in.
boxing, though, we knock them all fucking out, and you know it. Excuse my language.
Yeah, James has just been elected vice president of Back the Brit Society.
Yep.
Um,
Gonna join Mr. Rico on the Back the Brit
he's joined
Society page.
our good friend, Mr. Rico, No Smoke Sports Boxing.
Mr. Sankey, Alexander the Great, how are
And
you,
there he
sir?
is.
What's up, you
Welcome,
guys?
Alex, to the show.
Glad
David
to be with you
Diamant
guys again.
is just announcing the impending ring walk of David Avanesyan. Alex, welcome. What have you been looking forward to most in this fight, mate?
I'm looking forward to seeing Boots show out because, like I've said before, I think he stops him in 9. He's gonna drag it out a little bit longer just so he can put on for his hometown. So he's gonna beat the brakes off this dude, and I can't wait.
Now you say that interesting enough. He'll want to put on a good show. Is it not the case that he's having his debut with Matchroom, his new club? He's got a new strip on. He's all happy. He's got his money up front. He's being paid. He's like that. Do you think he's not going to put on a blitz of a performance in the first 5 rounds, or do you think, like you said, he is just going to feel it out, then start hurting him, and then body punches, that very famous slick movement of Boots will come through and then end up with a knockout? It's rather like a script, Alex. Do you think? I think it is with him.
Yeah, it's gonna be. He's not gonna try to go for the knockout early. He's not gonna try to pull a Mike Tyson on this guy. But what I think he will do is he'll show the flurries. He'll show some flashy combos, and then when he's like, "All right, it's time to get this guy out of here," in the seventh, eighth, or ninth, he's just gonna beat on this dude until he knocks him out or TKOs him. I think he'll TKO him against the ropes of the corner. I don't think he'll
A
cold cock him.
referee, a referee must see stoppage. We have Leak the Geek in the house. How
What's
you
up, Leak?
doing?
Big up Malik.
Big up, Malik. Malik, you just finished work, my man.
What's going on? What's going on? Y'all can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear
Here
you.
you find me, loud and clear.
All right, cool, man. You know, I want to say that first and foremost, gratitude to Jam and Neutral. You guys have just been showing so much love, man. I love talking boxing, and I appreciate the opportunity. So that's the first thing. And then second thing is I basically agree with everything you guys are saying. I think that the weakness that Boots, the only true weakness that I've seen in Boots is that he's got you've seen some evidence of him getting kind of caught up in his own hype. And I remember when he was promising knockouts and saying, "Well, you know, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this or that." And then he went in the ring, and then kind of like let up on his defense a little bit, and you know, he was trying too hard for that knockout.
Sorry, Malik. 1 second, mate.
You just
Alex, can you
adjust
mute your
the
mic?
just play with your lead there,
Alex,
mate. It
can
just
you
needs
mute your mic a
connecting.
sec, bro? Just press mute on your mic.
We got Ryan Yogi in the chat says Avanesyan won't let Boots play much, like he will bring the action forward like he always does. What do you say to that, Malik?
I'm sorry. I think I'm having an issue with the microphone right now.
Okay, we'll come back to you there.
All right, thank you.
Alex, maybe you can answer Ryan Yogi's statement there. David won't let Boots play much. He will bring the action forward like he always does. Now, you know yourself, Alex, these Russian, Eastern European, bear fighting, goat headbutting trainers, you know, they come hard, they come fast. You know, we saw the way David was proactive with Terence. Will he get much more luck with Boots, or is Boots just far a better mover than Terence?
I think he's a much better mover right now than Terrence was. I'm thinking that Evan's not going to have much of a choice in the matter. He can try, but as soon as he realizes he's in there with a guy who he just isn't on the level on, he's going to go into survival mode. He'll try in the beginning, of course, but I think after the fifth round, he's going to start going into, okay, let me try to make it to the distance, and that's why it's going to be a little bit harder for Ennis to knock him out. But when he gets to the ninth, he's going to have nowhere left to run. He's going to get stopped in the corner or against the ropes.
I'm pretty much with you there, Alex, to be honest.
Right, and Yogi's iBoxingHub. She is stunning. The lady singing the anthem. Certainly agree with that.
I've just
Al
seen her.
Haven.
Oh, mate, she is gorgeous. Trust me,
And it is indeed David coming out first. Dressed all in black and white trim, and traditional red gloves.
For that funeral.
He looks fit.
Avanesyan's up for this.
How you doing, Malik? Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I can hear. I can hear him now. I can hear you guys fine.
You sound a lot better, mate.
You want me to mute?
No. I was saying you sound better. You're coming through better.
We can hear you. You're good.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to finish that little quick point real quick around.
Yeah.
I feel like Boots. You know when he fought that Ukrainian guy, a real good boxer.
Chukhadzhian.
Karen. There you go. I think that was the fight. Right.
That's the one.
Yeah, that was the fight that I was referencing, that I felt like he got into his head a little bit, and he was promising a knockout, and I felt like he was trying for it too hard. I feel like it looks like with all the interviews and everything that's been going for this camp, that he's very level-headed, he's very focused in, and as my brother Alex had already said, that it looks like he'll be able to take his time, break the guy down, and get him out of there between the 7th and 9th. So I agree.
Yeah, totally agree, because Karen, and we're calling that,
Yeah,
Um,
Chukhadzhian, Karen Chukhadzhian.
he's so good at
It's
pronouncing
a
these
mouthful,
boxers'
mate. It's a
names.
mouthful. Trust me.
Now, Karen presented Boots with problems. Boots had problems cutting the ring off to where to pin him down and unleash that obvious talent. David, for me, will present a similar kind of problem to Boots. I wonder if that aspect of his game has improved. I hope it has. He should have. He's 29 years of age. He's in his prime. He really should have all these facets of boxing in his repertoire already. So I'm looking for a dominant performance, front-footed, and taking away that Eastern European forward
Movement.
footing
Yeah, footwork.
movement.
That
Yeah,
come
Yeah.
and
forward
so
aggressive
I have a
style.
question.
So, yeah, go on, please, Malik.
Okay, I have a question. What do you guys feel like Boots does the best? Like, what's the best thing that he does?
His movement. His
Footwork.
such a ring IQ. His generalship of the ring.
His
He
counter
dances around like a
punching.
ballerina, and he's the epitome of hit and don't get hit. He's
Yeah,
honestly
he's
he's
very,
flawless.
very. His ability to change his body angles
The only
is
person I could compare him to is Floyd Mayweather. To be honest,
n-
like the skill set, the IQ he has in that
no.
ring.
Even some of these movements, to be fair, Jams, I've never seen Floyd do
Yeah,
with the
probably
Boots
even better than
does.
Mayweather. Yeah,
That,
I'd say that.
that's true.
I'd say that.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think for me, he has an evolved movement than probably many of his peers today.
Yeah,
Something
So
very
I would
that
special.
say it's more reminiscent of Loma than it is Floyd, but just with the angles. But I would say for me my
Good shout.
favorite thing
Oh,
my favorite thing about, because he's just very balanced, and if you've ever tried to get in the gym and try to do some Loma stuff, like if you're not balanced, man, it just doesn't work out for you. But
Mate, I'd
I would
fall
say
over, Malik. I'd fall over.
I fall over, bro. So like, I'm not gonna fake the funk on that one. But and shout out to Loma's footwork, because it's a wonderful thing. But I would say my favorite thing about Boots is that because he has that balance. I love the fact that he can hit people when they feel like they're being when they feel like they're defending. He's still hitting people clean. And that's like one of the worst things, is because when you're trying to box and you're trying to like catch your breath, or you think that you're safe and you're still getting caught clean, it does something to
yeah.
your mental, man. It does something to your mental. And I think that that's really the thing about Boots, is that I wouldn't even say he has like overwhelming power. I just think that when you hit people when they're not expecting to get hit, and then you have some thump, it just does a whole nother thing to you, man.
Yeah, it's the sharpness, Malik,
We've
isn't it? It's the sharpness. The sharpness of the
we're
punches.
we're just watching Boots coming out now. Is he coming out to theme predicted, as said by Al Heyman in the background? There was much rumors about who was going to walk him out tonight. I think we have an answer.
I don't think it's going to be Eminem. Like, what is it? Bud coming out to Matchroom with Eminem? I don't think it'll be as big as that.
No, he
Oh
came
no,
out
it's
to
nowhere near.
Eminem with Spence. That's when he came
That
out
was
to
it.
Eminem.
The Spence. That was it.
That was
That
Uh,
Slim Shady album was definitely a call back to form for Eminem, huh?
yeah. He just mid flow he could switch it up to sound like old M and then right back
I still need to
to
hear
new
that
age.
album. I've still not heard it yet, guys. I've got to get my hands on a copy of that. I tell y'all, I might get the vinyl. You know what I mean? Get a vinyl of that. But
Yeah,
apparently, according to my MVO, it's like a rollback 20 years ago. Like he's back to his best. So hopefully, I'll get an album of that tomorrow or
I can't
Monday.
say I'm an Eminem fan, but I do like one of
Oh,
his
mate.
tracks,
The
as I
Marshall
played
Mathers LP,
yesterday.
Mr. Neutral. The Marshall Mathers LP is the greatest music album ever made. I
A
honestly
lot of
say that.
people
That
have
and Dr. Dre
Eminem.
2001 is the best
Jam,
albums ever
Jam,
made.
Jam, you went off the deep end with that one, but I feel your spirit though, brother. I got you.
I go back to the days of Stevie Cash.
Bit before
Oh
my time,
God,
Mr. Neutral, that one.
from Chicago back in the early 80s. And of course, oh man, I can. But
This is going to be a
Eminem,
firefight, though, here, mate, in the city of brotherly
I don't
love.
think
This is going to
I
be a
wouldn't even put
firefight.
Eminem in the top 15 rappers of all time myself, but that's just my opinion.
I'd put him at number 1, Dr. Dre at number 2, Exhibit at number 3,
my
Snoop Dogg at number
God.
4. Serious. Rappers wise, definitely. I put myself at number 5.
And then I want to look forward to your next track.
Hey, mate, if you'd known me in my drum and bass days, mate, I was a sick drum and bass MC. Believe me, I used to kill it, mate. Elter Skelter, Dreamscape, I've done them all. I used to smash the arse off
I
it,
remember. Groove Rider.
I've MC'd with Groove Rider and Nicky Black Market, Mickey Fear,
Get
DJ
the
Hyde.
fuck out of here.
I've MC'd with all of them, mate, I promise you. And Skibber Fearless,
Get on
Shabba,
your jams. This is
Trex.
right, my man.
Back with the beat, I say get up on the mic with me, say minimum move your body, you want to get for the mic and the mic, I say minimum move your body, get for the mic, I get you hype, I'll jump on the beat, and I'll get like sniper, shoot that man around the corner, booyah. That's how it used to be back in the 90s.
That was fantastic.
It's garbage now.
Give
It's
that man a
garbage
round
now.
of
Back in the
applause.
90s, mate, that was all the rage. That was all the rage.
Yeah.
Mate, that was fire. You had me going off there.
Mate. It's 4
I
in the
thought I was
morning.
back in the rave in 1999. Brilliant
What do you guys
stuff.
thinking of that
You know
denim blue and silver that Ennis is coming out in?
Thunder Road, welcome to the show. Dr. Dre is a better producer than rapper. Who's this geezer on the top right? Well, that's Jam's Boxing Chat. XMC to the stars.
Oh dear.
Skibbity is turning in his grave after that.
Oh my God. Skibber is a legend, mate. He would not turn his grave at me.
Skibbity. I remember the scat man. The scat man.
I had to be a Skibbity to MC. Oh, mate. Legend. Yeah, sadly passed away last year, bless him. Skibber. Legend. Like I say, mate, I'm 40 years old now. I used to do this 25 years ago.
You're not 40. Get away.
Mate, I am 40 years young, brother.
You don't look a day over
I was
25.
born, bro. I'm 41 this year. I'm an old man. I'm
24.
You're catching up with
rub it
me.
in, Alex. Thank you. Alex are great. Like, you don't look good enough already. You have to make me look worse. Thanks, brother.
I hope I look as good as you do at 40, Jams. I hope I do.
Oh, trust me. I won't wish that on anyone, mate. Trust me, I've took these glasses off. You see the state of my eyes, brother. Trust me. I'm in a mess, mate. That's why I'm wearing these. My eyes are gone. My eyes are gone to the wind, mate. Gone to the wind.
You keep your eyes on that road, you, Malik.
Of course. And I'm still listening, though, because I'm definitely 34 and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, stay safe, everybody out there. And remember, guys, if there's anyone in the chat who wants to join in, the StreamYard link is at the top.
But
press
no
the
MCing.
button.
No MCing, because I've ruined it for
And
everyone.
come through and join the lads here for the watch along.
I know I came in late, but I had another question, a little compound question, because we just were talking about this in the other chat. And I don't know if you guys have talked about this already, so I apologize, but how do y'all feel like Boots does with Terrence Crawford? And then how do you guys feel like Terrence Crawford does with Canelo?
Do you want it first, Mr. Neutral?
How does Boots do against Terrence Crawford? This fight is going to actually give you a very good indicator. Because if it wasn't, 2 years since Crawford knocked him out round 6, he's had a comeback against a very weak British resident, I can't remember what country he was from, and his name.
Liam Taylor.
Serge Ambomo, who's got the tremendous record of 11 wins, 55 defeats, 7 by way of knockout, and 3 draws in a 6-rounder. Mate. Thunder Road says, I've seen Mr. Neutral set up before. Looks like something from the casting couch. You got to stay off Pornhub, mate. That's not good for you.
We must stay focused, my brothers.
You'll go blind. The fight is starting. Let's get back to the nitty-gritty, guys.
Here we go.
Someone said that Robin Taylor is one of the judges.
Oh my God, this is going to be
Taylor is one of the judges for this fight, so be wary for the scorecard to be off.
I don't think it's going to go to the scorecards,
It's not going to go, mate. This is going to be over in round 1 or 2.
Boots looks
So,
twice his size. Is it just me, or does Boots look twice his size
he
in that
looks
ring?
massive
He
compared.
looks good. He looks good.
And he's
Guy's in
orthodox
shape.
stance. He's already hit David about 4 times, rocking him once.
This ain't going to last long, lads. I'm telling you, this ain't going to go past 5, in my opinion.
And it already looks like Avanesyan's out of his depth. I don't know about you guys.
Looks like I might have been too generous.
Yeah, I'm going to say
I
it might be
can't believe
1
that
or
Ennis
2.
is only 27.
Yeah, he's got that seasoned look about him. He doesn't look like a young 27. He looks like a young 37. But you can see that obvious power that he has.
Tell you what, them southpaw body shots from Boots, he goes up
He
top, then comes to the body.
He's just switched up, Jams.
They pay dividend, mate. They pay dividend.
Right, Yogi says Boots has youth on his side, but Crawford has the ring IQ. It'd be interesting to see how they adapt to each other's styles. Couldn't agree more with you, right, Yogi. Boots always looks sharp and focused. He's got that veteran energy. He's not even a veteran.
He's a
That's the
veteran,
scary thing.
of the boxing world. He's not a veteran in age, but he's a veteran of
I
the
know.
boxing world.
He looks like he's got 5 kids already.
You'd think.
5 kids, 2 midlife career changes.
And yeah,
that's what he looks like. Yeah,
he's been through a divorce. Avanesyan's down. He's down. It's a slip.
But it's a low blow. I think
it's a low blow. He's doing the music.
Avanesyan's crawling on his hands and knees. I think he's been punched in the nuts.
In the nuts.
He's crying to the ref. That means he does not like the power that Boots is bringing here.
I don't think
even if you get hit in the nuts, you don't go down like this and act like this unless you're hurt already.
Watch this, watch this. Is a big right hand, and here it comes. Oh, that was below.
How low was it? Oh my God, it actually really was in the dick. He punched him in the dick.
That's going to be...
I hope he wasn't planning on having any kids tomorrow.
You just said about him having 5 kids already. He's not having any kids now, mate.
There's about 3 million. There's about 3 million. Yeah, he's left about 3 billion dead sperm there.
There's some definite genitalia on the floor with them spermatodes.
But
Avanesyan done.
But he's taking his time, which is good because he's got considerable time.
He's allowed 5 minutes, neutral, isn't he? He's allowed 5 minutes.
And Boots shouldn't be, putting his arms out saying what's going on. He knows
this is what me and you argued about, neutral, if you remember, on Boxing Media Hub. Do you remember when I said about Usyk against Dubois? When I said Usyk,
there you go. What did I tell you?
5 minutes, but you said that's probably what won him the fight. He went down, he corrected himself, got his shit together, and then he went on to win the fight. So you were right, mate. You were right.
He massaged the rules to suit his
game.
As just Alex Sankey's waving the American flag there. Well, it's going to be another impending victory.
If I was you, and an Avanesyan fan, get the white flag out, bro. Get the white flag out because there's going to be a surrender coming soon.
Oh my God!
Looks ready to quit. There you go. He's got the white flag now.
Right, and Yogi's just said, Jams. Right, and Yogi's just said that Roiman Villa has just been beaten.
You kidding? What? He's just not serious.
To Sagawa.
I can't believe that.
Let me pull up the ESPN app.
There's a shot.
That's on the undercard of the ESPN card, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're going into round 2.
Wow, was not expecting that.
He's totally switched up to southpaw, and he's unleashing an absolute tirade on David Avanesyan now.
Yeah, I think Boots is going to walk this. I'm sorry, but Avanesyan looks scared of Boots. He looks scared.
Do you see about that superior? See how sharp he is on that counter? So quick. There he goes again.
Special, didn't we? We knew it was special.
He took his eye off. He's looking at the referee. Avanesyan comes in and he takes a shot. Avanesyan now trying to force him into the corner. Oh, good work from Boots.
There's not much left in this for me. I think Boots is going to get to him soon. He's going to get to his food. He's hungry and he's going to eat. That's the end of round 2, but for me, he's going to get to his
He's not playing with his food. I know that. He's not playing with his food,
How many rounds, you guys? How many rounds? What do you think?
2 gone, Malik. 2 gone. Two guys,
Both
No,
both
the
no.
10
boots.
I'm
nines
watching. I'm
to
watching. I'm watching the
boots.
fight. I'm saying. What round do you think it's going to get over?
Oh,
Oh, I'll
within
go
5.
4. I'll
Originally,
go
I
round
said
4,
9.
Ali.
Now
Round
he's
4.
not making it to the 5th.
Alex is
Well, I'm
like that.
saying round
No,
4.
this motherfucker,
DJ
he's not
Pat.
making 9.
What's DJ Pat
Good
saying, Neutral?
start,
'Cause I can't
DJ
see
Pat.
properly.
Good start from Boots, working body and popping that jab. Good round. Very, very good round for him. Totally agree with you there, DJ Pat.
All the way from Sweden. Bless up to you, sir. Thank you for joining us
Yeah.
on iBoxingHub. Make sure you
Oh,
like, share, and subscribe. And
oh,
also,
that.
if you want any tracksuits from D-Rock, hit the iBoxingHub code, iBoxingHub24, to get 40% off all purchases. Trust me, mate. I
My
bought myself
man.
a tracker. You get some big man stuff in there. Some great stuff. So have a check out the catalogue. Use iBoxingHub24 and get yourself 40% off. There you go. There's Jambo right there. God bless.
I also want to say that I love the demeanor in the corner. I love how Boots is listening and like it just seems like they have a solid game plan in there and they're moving towards it.
Yeah. It didn't seem
And
to
I
be
say that
saying
in light
much.
of what I say that in light of what we saw with Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. He's far, Boots is far more assertive than Shakur has showed in his entire fight. And he's absolutely letting go on Avanesyan there. And that technique that he has for them body shots is just, that was a good counter by
That was a
Avanesyan,
beauty.
but he's taken so many shots now from Boots. And he's finding, look at, he goes to the body, comes back. He's so accurate, apart from, good right from Avanesyan. Now he's fighting back.
Yep.
He was always going to have a go, mate, with David Avanesyan.
Oh,
He's
here we
nobody's
go. Here
mug.
we go.
Like
He's
Neil
saying,
Mars said to me yesterday, he'll come and he'll fight till he can't stand.
he's like, you punch me in the nuts. What's going to happen now, you?
Well, he hit Boots in the back of the head as he got punched in the balls.
Yeah.
That's a fair trade, isn't it? You know what I mean? Just about.
No danger. Well, no, actually, you can't say that because Richard Colon.
But nah, Boots has got this, man. Boots, honestly, is so slick. The punches
But
he
like you
throws
said,
and the
Jams, you said he'll
combinations.
bring the fire, and he's certainly doing that in round 2. He's bringing
Yeah.
that fire to Boots. He's
gonna
making
have
a
this fight
fight of
beaten
it.
out of him sooner or later.
I speak to David quite a bit. Like, I don't know him personally. I've never met him in real life, but I speak to him online quite a bit. And he told me he's going to die trying. He said, I'm going to live, get killed or die trying. He said, I'm coming
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
Oh.
I'm going to give it
I
everything
respect
I've
it.
got. You know what I mean? So
Ooh.
he's not going to go out on his
tasty
shield.
now.
He's going to go out on his back. You know what I mean?
Right,
He's
and
going to go out
Yogi
on his
says
back.
this is a much better fight than the Crowley could have produced. I have to agree. Avanesyan
Facts, Miss
is not
Yogi. Facts.
not backing down.
He'll
Someone
keep
Boots
says
coming,
gets it
like I
Boots
on.
said,
looks
till he
like
ain't
he
got a
weighs
breath in his
160
body.
tonight.
Yeah, easy 160. He looks like a middleweight there.
Yeah, neutral. Spicy Canelo was going to come through as well, but she's got family round, so she couldn't. But she said she'll catch the next one for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. That was a vicious end to that round. Avanesyan certainly showed some metal there, guys.
Definitely.
I've
I've not
got-
even scored it, Mr. Neutral. I've not even scored it because I know it ain't going the distance. I've not even bothered scoring it.
I've actually got it 2-0 to Boots so far. So
Same.
Yeah, I
but
think
Avanesyan certainly made that interesting.
yeah.
Some people are already saying, "Man, Boots' defense is trash. He's gonna get knocked out against Crawford." We're already at that level after 2 rounds.
2 rounds, the shouts are coming in.
They're on the next.
I will say
Honest
that
to
I can't help
God.
but try to compare Boots and Terrence Crawford, and I will say that one difference, if we're gonna give Boots the movement and the angles, I think that the one thing that Terrence Crawford has that I think we're seeing is that he has so much more precision in his punches. I think
And
that
that
when
generates power, bro, doesn't it? It generates the power with that precision.
There's power in precision, and I think that that's ultimately the difference because Boots has caught him with really hard shots, but he's caught him with like kind of looping shots that you can see, and I think that the thing about Terrence Crawford is he's catching like how he caught David and how he caught Kell Brook, right? He's catching him right on the money.
Orbital bone, yeah.
Right on the money, though, you know, and it's a
He's
different type
switched
of
back now, Ennis, to orthodox. They're just showing the punch stats there. He's got a 36% success rate to
132
David's
to 82 to 87.
23%. But he's opening up now, and look, he's got uppercuts in the body. He check left hooks. He's hardly moving his body. That's perfect punching to me from Boots.
It is, Mr. Neutral, and he's fantastic. But do you honestly think this is enough to beat Bud Crawford? Because I don't think he'd have a chance in hell.
Well, he would approach that fight totally different from this one, because I think from the way he's fighting, he does not respect David's power in this.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he's making a fight of it. But I
think Bud knocks
Boots
him out in 5-6 rounds.
I think Boots would have a lot more.
Bud Crawford hurts Boots really bad.
I think Bud's the best fighter in the world, in my opinion. Like, I put Usyk above him because of his activity, and I had a new way above him, but that's only on the pound-for-pound list because of their activity. But if we're going, who's the best fighter, Bud Crawford, for me, is number one every time.
That's 100% fair. Activity matters when we talk about pound-for-pound, so yeah.
That's the only reason, but I would have Bud at number one if it was just down to pure boxing ability, about the raw aggression, the power, everything that Bud brings to the table. Bud is number one. I think he'd spark Inoue if they were the same weight. I think he'd spark Usyk if they were the same weight. I genuinely do. I just think his ring IQ is so clever that there's not a man out here who could beat him. I genuinely believe that.
Right, and that's why I have him over Canelo, but that's a separate conversation.
Yeah, I'd take him over Canelo all day long. Twice on Sunday, mate. Honestly. I don't think anyone beats Bud at the right way. Obviously, if it goes too high, you can price yourself out of, you can get caught with a sloppy bang and get knocked out. I don't think Bud's that guy,
for example, Bud doesn't beat Bivol. You know what I mean? Like, that's unrealistic.
Oh, good punch.
I'm liking Boots' level changes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Me too. I think he's real slick to the body.
And as DJ Pat said, Ava's starting to get red on his side from power shots to the body. Absolutely correct. Right, and Yogi says armchair warriors. And Jams, we are in accord. But that was a very tough round, that for Boots, round 3. Very tough round. I think Avanesyan's now come to the conclusion that he's just going to sit there and trade with Boots at this point. Maybe he doesn't respect Boots' power too. This is turning into an interesting fight indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loving it.
And look what they've got on the screen. Magramov Crawford at 154. Cannot wait for this fight August 3rd.
And the Wembley edition as well.
I think it's going to be a great fight.
I think it's going to be the fight of a generation. I genuinely do. I think Bud's going to show up and show out. Magramov is nobody's mug. Eminem's bringing him out. It's going to be pure fire in the booth, mate. It really is.
The replays are just showing some beautiful work.
Matt McGrath, he's going to put up a way better fight than people give him credit for, and I think it's going to be an amazing fight.
He's a dangerous man. He's a dangerous man,
Magramov. You got to remember, this is the guy who knocked out Ivan Kurbanov, Kubek Kurbanov, at 154. This is a guy who was
100%. I'm privy to him, man. I think he's tough. I think he offers a really this is the best test Bud could have had at 154. Yeah. I say this is a better test than Charlotte.
Oh, mate, it's light and day. It's literally night and day. He's that much better than Charlo. Magramov is an Uzbekistan bronze medalist in the Olympics, silver medalist in the Commonwealth Games. He's Uzbekistan's greatest athlete, professional. Kazakh style, Janibek Alamkulali is the only one to actually win more medals than him. Trust me, mate, Magramov comes to fight. And he is going to bring it to Bud Crawford come August 3rd. I still think Bud's going to have him, but it ain't going to be easy. People are sleeping on Magramov. This is
I know they are. They are, and I'm not. I want to do more research on him, but I'm not, man. I think he's just a big, sturdy, great hard puncher, and I think he could take a punch. And I think that the way that Crawford beats him, he's going to have to beat him mentally. He's going to have to beat him mentally because I don't think he's going to be able to bulldoze him with just being talented and being athletic. He's going to have
That
to
is
really
facts, Malik. That
find
is
his
facts.
Jalil,
That is facts.
Malik,
That is
Malik,
facts.
we're into round 4. Once again, Bud has switched. He's now fighting southpaw. And once again, Avanesyan is countering his good work. I wonder what the coaches are going to be saying to Boots after this round. Because,
I think that I don't know who just said it, but somebody said that David is looking to just trade, and like you could tell because he's very square.
I said that. Yeah, he's doing exactly that now. He's square up. He's got his guard up.
Exactly.
He just wants to punch off the clinch like he's
bring
doing
him
now.
into a war, Mr. Neutral. Wants to bring him into a war.
Now, Boots is actually letting me down here. For me, he should be jabbing him at range, step back,
with a shot.
Exactly.
And then step back in and do the damage. But you see, like I said at the beginning of the round, he's not respecting the power of Avanesyan, so therefore he's quite happy to sit there and trade, as Avanesyan is doing right now with him.
And keep in mind that Avanesyan, he wins if he makes it through the fight.
That's it. All he's got to do is survive, and he gets a win.
If he makes it through the fight, that's a win for him. He's going to be able to get
it's a win for him. It's not a win the fight. Yeah, exactly. And it's a win for Crawford as well.
Boots is giving some of this now, giving the windmills. He's doing the windmills now. Boots is getting lively now.
That's called the bolo. That's called the bolo.
He was doing it with both arms like that. Like really going at it. But the round ended. Hopefully he'll come again in the next round. But Boots is starting to get a bit peed off.
He's not sitting down. He's not sitting down in the corner. He's quite happy to stand. And the coach is actually saying, the coach is saying very, very little to him. Apart from now, he's just saying jab. He's saying jab, and come through with the right. Exactly what I was saying. Step away. But he wants to. He wants
it, man. When people forget about the jab, they forget that's how they're going to actually end up dominating. And he could confuse and mess up this David so much if he just came in with a really solid, educated jab.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, after this fight, people are going to say he's not in Crawford's league. What are you talking about? Crawford would murder him. But styles make fights, as we all know, Malik and Alex. So just give us a quick, thing. What you think now of Boots? And we all know how Crawford fights. Oh, he just fell over with a swing. Avanesyan's just like, oh, that was my moment there.
Boots just fell over.
Aye, Boots fell over, and Avanesyan's taking the pish. So he's getting confident now, which is a bad thing for Boots, really. You don't want a confident Eastern European pressure fighter coming forward.
Russian Armenian coming at you.
And he's got you pinned up against the ropes, playing his fight.
Rubbing his head in as well. He's getting
this is not Boots' fight.
He's getting that head in there.
Oh, he's going to play dirty, champs.
Oh, why wouldn't he? Boots has been doing the same. Boots has been digging that elbow in every time. If you notice,
Avanesyan has just done an uppercut, beautiful uppercut, but as he followed through, he fell over.
Yeah, he did.
Another low throw there.
On the ropes, Boots is getting that elbow in and rubbing it into his face and trying to catch him with it. So you can understand why.
I'm so happy you noticed that. I'm so glad you noticed that.
Yeah, look, he's doing what Hugovic was trying to do against Daniel Dubois.
Facts.
And Dubois come back with a head. No, you're not doing that to me. Watch what I can do. And then dominated them. And this is what Avanesyan's trying to do clearly.
Big shot there from Avanesyan as well. As he come off the ropes.
He's having so much success in this round. I'm actually going to give this round to Avanesyan. Should it go another minute?
I guarantee you this.
Same.
Oh, he's got him. He's knocked him down. Left hand.
Oh, left cross.
Nice shot.
Chin. Avanesyan's down.
That's what we wanted to see.
He got a little bit too confident in that chin,
He was down big.
David having the time of his life, says Ryan Yogi, and he was treating it like, and he got knocked down.
He's
Now,
not now, though,
Boots
Miss
is,
Yogi, unfortunately, sweetheart. He's not now. He's about to be
Boots is now
stopped by
got to be
Boots Ennis.
invigorated now. He's going for a big punch. He's swinging like a madman.
Jaron's got him here, mate.
Oh,
Jaron's
there's
got
another
him
one.
here.
We
Yeah.
said
He's
round
lining
5,
up
didn't we,
his work.
Jams? I said
He's
round
got him,
5.
brother. He's got him.
He's got 30 seconds to go.
I hope he survives. I want to
Oh,
see some more of this. I'm
beautiful
enjoying it.
combination
I'm
work.
really enjoying it.
Avanesyan's hot. Avanesyan
Yep.
is hot now.
Another good
He's
body shot.
smiling.
Boots is banging to the body. Right.
Oh.
He comes over with the left. He's now working him to the head. He's got a cross shot.
Come
There's
on,
18
Boots.
seconds to go.
Get this fucker
Avanesyan's
out of
ducking
here.
up. He's ducking down. But Boots is coming in. He's looking to finish, man. He's looking to get his food.
It's not going to
Yep.
happen in
Referee
this round.
separates them and watch the head. Watch the head. Boots comes in with a body shot. Left, right to the head. Can Boots get to his man before the bell goes?
No,
No. The bell's gone. End of round. A massive round for Jaron Boots Ennis.
that was a very good round.
Fantastic
Very good round.
from Boots.
10-8 round there.
Mate, it could have been a 10-7 because he almost had him down again. I don't
Boots
even know
was
if they're
in
going to let him
cruise
back out. I don't even know
control,
if
but he
Evanesyan's
just
coming out
changed
for this
gears.
round.
It's over. The fight's over.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm going to say,
they
I don't think
stopped
they're going
it.
to let him out for this round. There you go. It's off. It's off.
He's quit on the stool.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I
the
think he
doctor.
In
broke
round
his
Neutral.
jaw.
5.
Neutral. It was the doctor. The doctor said no. The
I think
doctor
he
went
broke
From
straight
his
what?
over
jaw.
and said,
Was he
nah, mate, you're
cut?
done. You're done, blood. You're done.
Was he cut?
The jaw.
He just said, you're done. Oh, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Nah, I think, something must have been said for the referee to
So
do
what did we
that.
get? Was that 6 rounds? Exactly what I
5
said at the
rounds.
start, lads?
it's
The end
5
of round
rounds. It's
5.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
Neutral.
I'll take it.
Mr.
I'll
Neutral
take that as a
said
win.
round 5.
I
Broken jaw,
offered
probably,
Mike,
DJ.
you know Mike from
TKO
Inevitable
winner
D Block
boots.
Space. I offered him $500 last night to bet me on round 5 and he wouldn't do it. Little pussy hole. I'd have been $500 richer. Fucking arsehole. Stop
Anyway,
now.
I think he told the corner he broke his jaw.
yeah, I've just been,
Yeah, I
I've
think
just
so.
seen that now. Well,
Hey, I think
gentlemen,
amazing performance, great performance. I think he did exactly what he needed to do to prove a
Yeah.
point
Yep.
for the Crawford naysayers. And I like everything I saw. I love the changing of levels, like Alex the Great
Yep.
said. I love his movement. I mean, he got caught with some shots that I'm like, obviously you can't get caught with those shots versus Terrence Crawford. But to Neutral's point, styles make fights. Maybe he approaches it a lot differently. So I can definitely say that. I think. I don't think I think that he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Done.
ratings out of 10, please, Malik.
What was that?
He's pulling one of these.
What would you
Rating
give
out
that
of 10, bro.
performance
Rating
out of 10?
What would you give Boots out of 10?
It's a 9.
8 out of 10.
8
That's
out of
fair
10,
call.
says Alex. What about you, Jams?
I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think it was a very good performance. He's done what he had to do. And I like to see him be a bit more aggressive, but I like what he did. He got the job done within 5. I'm happy. Jaron Boots and he's still the man at 147. Let's have it.
I have to agree. Writing Yogi says a solid 7. Well, a solid 7 could be, but
Fair 7.
I was a bit worried in round 4. I have to admit, about the way he was approaching David instead of jabbing at long range. But listen, the guy knew what he was doing, obviously, and done the business in the next round. And like we said, like we predicted, we all seen the writing was on the wall. We all
The
knew
US
he was
flags
going
in
to
the
win.
house for Mr. Sankey.
So
Alex
I
the
will
Great.
say that
Mr.
It
Ennis.
does look like David's jaw is broke, but the reason why I'm giving him a 9 over an 8 is because
It's that uppercut. I'm telling you, I've seen that uppercut from Ennis, and that done the damage.
For
Did
me,
you lads see about Donald
Sorry,
Trump's
James.
shot earlier?
Just let Malik finish his point.
No, I was just gonna say that for me, the reason why he gets a 9 is because that knockdown came after he was getting punched afterwards, and he still followed through with a right hand, which tells me more that he knew what he was doing. Right? If somebody can land a punch on you and then you follow through that hard to knock a person down, then like you're in control. So even though it looks
All right, James, do me a favor. turn your sound down and let me know what Boots has been saying to David Diamante. When he gets interviewed. You just jump
I
out
will
there.
do, mate. I'll wait
Thank
for it to
you.
come on,
Sorry,
and then I'll
Malik.
jump out.
Please carry on.
So I will say that this is like that tells me that he was looking to make sure that the fans were entertained, that even though he was still in control, and these are the things that we are asking Shakur Stevenson to be able to do that he can't do. And I think
Exactly.
this is what
And
makes
people had that doubt
a
about
fighter.
Boots as well after the Karen fight. Well, you know, we have to
Right.
remind ourselves.
So everybody in the crowd, because think about what Neutral said. Neutral was like, "Man, I was kind of worried in the fourth, right?" But that's just the
Yeah.
same thing of creating the story, right? You got to have a climax. You got to come down.
Yeah.
Boots was definitely playing that out, and he was making sure that everybody in that crowd was entertained, and I think they were.
Thank you, mate. Alex, let's have a look at that belt again, son. As he proudly displays.
The champ
is here. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Tremendous stuff.
I'm gonna email that belt to the winner of Boots and Crawford.
I mean, how close now that you've seen that fight that Eddie has got Boots right where he wants him? Do you feel if Eddie does Boots good here, gets him a unification, do you think that'll have any impact on Shakur?
On Shakur?
Yeah, sign him with Eddie.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I think that's a great question. I have to actually think about it. I'm not sure, but I tell you what, I do think that Boots. I think that Eddie Hearn wants to figure out how to make the Crawford fight, but I don't think Boots and Crawford happen. It's not that I don't want to see it. I just don't think it's going to make sense for Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, it's too far for me. He's got ambitions at high weights, and Boots said it himself. He wants to go undisputed at 140, 147. He's quite happy there, and I don't see why not. On that aspect,
fight before the end of this year.
I
love he'll need another fight. I think. Sorry, mate. On you go.
No, I'm saying I actually love, like, if Boots wants to fight 147, that's fine, but I think he makes a lot more money and there's a lot more intriguing fights for him at 154, even if it's not Terrence Crawford, right? I like Boots versus Charlo. I like Boots versus Tim Tszyu. I like Boots versus a lot of different people at 154. You know, I think that he can do it. You know, and I think that
he beats Fundora.
But don't you think? For now, he's 27 years of age. There's no rush to get to 154 for me. You know, I would think that around the 29 mark, he would look to go up.
What Boots said?
Yes, please, Jams, on you go.
Please.
He said he wants Boots next at 154. He said if Boots comes through Madrimov, he wants
You
that
mean
fight.
Crawford?
Eddie Hearn's going to make that fight happen.
He wants Crawford next at 154. Should he be Madrimov, Eddie Hearn will make the fight.
And he also said he felt sluggish. He felt a bit slow in there, but he felt good. He said, I couldn't get my punches off. I don't know why. He said, but I was in front of my home crowd in Philly. It was a bit slow start, but I was getting good. I was getting into my rhythm when the guy quit. And he said, if it had gone on a couple more rounds, I'd have broke him up and I'd have won the fight anyway. So he's basically saying that he done what he had to do. He wants Bud next. Definitely at 154. Eddie Hearn promised him the fight. He wants it. He wants it
so
next.
He's going up to 154, Jams.
As long as Bud wins, he says yes. That's what he's going to do.
Right.
And Eddie Hearn's promised him the fight.
And that's
we'll see in a couple weeks.
Say, but exactly what's not going to happen.
So he's very humble, as Writing Yogi suggests. Eddie Hearn's talking now. He will have no doubt that he'll want Boots to go up to 154. Now this will be a complete turnaround from what he said the other day, pre-fight. But that happens in boxing. Boxers do invariably change their minds.
Eddie's speaking now. Let me go listen to Eddie, and I'll come back again.
Go and do that again, Jams.
Well, let me tell you, Neutral. The reason why is because he saw the pushback of everybody was saying, "Oh, see, Boots doesn't really want Crawford," based off of that response he had, and so now he's just making sure that he's staying on brand and saying, "No, this is what I want. You got to talk a certain kind of way." But I think if I look at the history of how people become superstars, if I look at Errol Spence or if I look at some of these other fighters, I say that what Boots needs is he needs the international audience. He needs to find an international, somebody across outside of the United States that's a relatively big star in their country. So you look at what Devin Haney did with Kambosos. You look at what Errol Spence did with Kell Brook, right? And you go across the pond and you fight somebody in their own town and you dominate, right? And I say if Boots fought Tim Tszyu and dominated him, he would be a superstar.
Yeah. Let me give you an example of that. Let me give you an example of what you've just said.
Right, here you go, Mr. Neutral. Eddie Hearns just said he thinks Magomadov's going to beat Bud, so he don't think the Bud fight's going to happen. He wants him to fight Stanionios or Barrios in November or December.
I knew that was coming.
But if the shock does happen, and he calls it a shock that Bud beats Magomedov, then he'll make that fight earlier next year, or later this year.
I was going to say, that goes against the grain of exactly what. Yeah, he is a master. You know, they say one thing 1 minute, then he come fight night, he wins, and they say, we want Bud, but there's conditions. There you go.
Eddie could still water to a mermaid.
I want to come back to what I was going to say to you, Malik, was Terence Bud Crawford in 2014 come to Scotland, the Glasgow Hydro Centre, and absolutely put on a masterclass against one of my favourite boxers of that time, which is Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns is one of the best boxers Scotland ever produced, and held up his hands and said, that guy is incredible. Although he went the distance with him, he was just a master. And he was clapped out. Crawford was clapped out of the arena, patted on the back. The crowd absolutely adored him. And half of Britain just fell in love with him
there and then.
You know, so Bud Crawford has proved exactly what you said. You have to go to another country, dominate them, and win the fans. Because you need them fans at both sides of the pond, whether it be Europe and America, Mexico, Australia.
American fans are too fickle, and they don't always spend
you took the word out of my mouth. Far too fickle and entitled as well. I don't want to. The hardcore know better, but there's a hell of a lot of casuals out there that need educating.
Yeah, United States, man, we're kind of cooked when it comes to a fan base, man. We're still holding up Brian Garcia, dog. So I don't even know how to.
There you go. Well, listen, look, gentlemen.
Everyone I want to thank you. Brian Garcia in the bin. Sayonara, good riddance. Farewell for good.
I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming along.
Found wrapped in a carpet, mate.
And joined me tonight for a main event watch along for the Boots Avanesyan fight. This show sponsored by D-Rock Apparel. Once again, check them out in the links. Check the website out. If there's anything you like, as worn by Johnny Nelson, Joseph Parker, and our very own Jams Boxing Chat. There he is. Thank you. Help yourself to anything there. If you like what you see, iBoxingHub 24 on the promo code and get 40% off. Thank you, gentlemen. Once again, my name's Mr. Neutral. This is iBoxingHub's main event. We'll see you next time. Jams, take it away.
Big love, Malik, Alex, Neutral, of course.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks.